31. Aham shabdena vikhyataha ekayeva stitah paraha stūlastvanekatam praptaha katam syad deha kapuman. Aham drashtrataya siddha deho drishyataya stitah namāmyaham iti nirdeshat katam syad deha kapuman. Aham vikarahīnastu deho nityam vikaravan iti pratiyate sakshat katam syad deha kapuman. A set of verses. Yasmat paramiti shrutya taya purushalakshanam vinirnitam vimudhena katam syad deha kapuman. Sangah purusha proktaha bragadaranyake cha anantam lasamslishtaha katam syad deha kapuman. Anantam lasamslishtaha. Oh my God. So he has got a set of verses, same type, up to up to 37. Good. This is a way of presenting the subject matter. So, in similar texts also, one will come across a set of verses. One verse may not be able to achieve what is to be conveyed. And therefore what they do, they write a set of verses until the whole vision is unfolded. Here the thesis is, how can one take oneself to be the body? How puman, purusha, how a person, purusha, a person, take oneself to be this limited body. Deha. Deha is the physical body. Deha kaha means this limited body. Kutsidarthe kapratyaya. Kutsitarte. means dehakaha, manavakaha. Manava means a manushya. And then manavakaha, if we say, a small person, a student. So this, how can this dehakaha, puman, as good as this body which is limited, how can one take this body to be oneself? Why not? What else can be oneself? We all recognize, therefore, this teaching is a difficult teaching. Because if you are talking about an unknown thing, you create an infrastructure to introduce the unknown thing, make the person ready for that knowledge, then afterwards teach. An unknown thing can be taught. Here it is not unknown thing. Here it is a known thing. But then mistaken. And another thing, it is not a thing. It is myself. So I have lived my life with a certain orientation. I have looked at the world with the same orientation. I have been a ninja, a fighter. I have a permanent stance. The whole world is going to get me. So I have to fight it out. Get something out of this world. This is what it is. I have been taught, I have been brought up like that. So in a competitive world, you should know how to survive. So when things don't go well, you consult an astrologer. And these poor planets, some of them become your detractors. They are malefic, they are not benefic. These are all their words. They are malefic and they are working against you. That's a language. There's nothing to do with Venus or Jupiter or Saturn. And these are simply planets just going around the sun in their own orbits. None of them has got any design for you. They don't have any idea for you, agenda for you. I should get him. My time. So now you are going like this. Okay, my turn will come. Then I will see you. Like some of the scriptures, holy books are like that. You are walking now here without listening to my mandates, you will come here. Dekhenge. So it is something like, in India we hear this often. The fellow runs away in a fight. He runs into his house. And then once this fellow runs into this house, then the outside fellow will ask, and from the house, the fellow will say, from inside the house, another time if you come out, so I am going to teach you a lesson. It's already inside the house. And this fellow can't. இன்னொரு தடவை உன்னை பார்த்துக்கிறேன் ஒரு கை அப்படிமா நீ வெளியில் வா நான் பார்த்துக்கிறேம்மா வாங்கியிருப்பான். So the fellow must have received a lot of blows. And then from outside, These fellows will shout, you have gone into a house, so you come out, I will see you. If he comes out, we will run away. Exactly like this. I don't see anything different in these holy books. Page after page, they say how much this God will punish. I will punish you. I will put you like this. I will make deep fry. I will French fry you. And like this, these kind of talks are there. These kind of verses, they form the holy book. Understand? This is the holy book. You come here, after death you have to come here. I will take care of you. He cannot do anything now. इधर राजा आप देखेंगे एकदम उरुकई पातुरेमा सो उरुकई क्या बोलता है एक हाथ so this is what we are thinking. All these planets are all conspiring, God is conspiring, all devatas are conspiring, as though they have some personal agenda against you. It's all language. Anyway, because of all this, one feels confined to this body, has to defend against all forces, bugs and bacteria. So bugs have got some different meaning, it's a restricted meaning. Bacteria, bugs, if you say, bacteria are included. Bugs and bacteria means bacteria and other bugs, which are insects, mosquitoes, etc. All of them. Bed bugs also. So all these are included. So you have to deal with them. Therefore you have a stance. This stance is a ninja stance. Ninja is a fighter, and he has a number of weapons he has got. He has got a sword. And if he loses that, he has got chakras. Chakras, you know this Vishnu chakra? So like he has got only one. This fellow has got a bunch of chakras. These discs he has got. And then he will throw, gone. If they're all gone, he's got a bunch of nails. And he throws the nails and they come to you. Not enough. He's got ropes. He has got some kind of smoky bombs. And then afterwards he escapes. And he thought he has gone, and then suddenly he jumps. So this is called ninja. Never say die. You bury him, and then come home. Before that he is sitting at home, and then welcoming you. So this is called ninja. So we are all fighters. Ninjas, even smiles are some kind of weapon. So we have different weapons. Words. This is me. Because puman deha kaha. The kutsita deha. This body, this limited body. So this limited body I am, if that is truth, you cannot do anything about it. If this is not truth, he says it is not truth. Atma Yekah. This is how he starts. Atma Yekah. There is no second Atma. It's a very interesting thing to look at this. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever you objectify, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do you objectify is provisionally called not I. Not I also is I. I is not I. And therefore, provisionally I said it is called anatma. Atma, anatma. Self, not self. So this so-called not self is counted 1, 2, 3. Every object is not self. Whatever you objectify is not self. How do you define not self? That there are things other than me, how do you know? Then what do you know as an object of your knowledge is not self. It is object of knowledge. You are the knower, the subject. And therefore, there is not self. Whatever you objectify, nāna vidhāni rūpāni. Lochanam pasyet ekada. This is how we deal with this. To teach. If you take the various forms and colors, so there are many colors in the spectrum. We don't have special eyes for every color. For yellow, one eye, one pair of eyes. For or one eye for yellow, and for orange another eye. So people will be seeing like me, like this only, because I am orange, So they will see like this. Why? Because orange color. Then how do you know? How do you know that I have to use this eye? Because unless you know orange, you cannot use the left eye. And another thing, this left-right is not enough. All this, suppose you have different eyes, you've got different eyes to suit different colors. And you have to, they're all inbuilt eyes. And then you press a button, patak, the another eye. So another set of eyes come. One pair of eyes again would come. Because you are going to see green. To see green, you must have eyes that see green. Then here Bhagavan has given one button-like thing. Press, eyes. Green. So unless you know this is green, how will you press? How many times you have to press this eye there? Huh? So you can't see the red light. The red light has come, you keep pressing the button. I have all kinds of problems. And therefore, we have only one pair of eyes. Nāna vidhāni rūpāni. Colors and forms are many and varied. Eyes are the same. sounds and decibels, frequencies, they are all different. Same ears. Smells are different. The sense of smell is one and the same. So too, sense of taste, sense of touch. It's all one and the same. From this we understand the objects that are objectified by the eyes are many and varied. Nana means many. Vidhani, vidham means so variety. Both are many and various. So many and various. Pashyet lochanam ekada. The eyes are the same. Andhyamandhya patutveshu netra dharmeshu pashyet ekada manaha. Again, manaha, the mind, would recognize these eyes also, whether they see or they don't see, whether they see not as well as they did before, these eyes, andhyam, blindness, patutvam, sharpness, 20/20. Mandhyam means dullness. So, andhya, mandhya, patutveshu, netra dharmeshu, pashyet manaha ekada. With the mind you see all of them. Similarly, ears and all other senses. Mind is the same. The gateway for the world to enter into you. Mind is the same. One mind. Whole Jagat enters into you through the mind. The mind is necessary to objectify all of them. It objectifies the senses too. But then, manaha, mind consists of dhi vrittis. Vrittis means a condition of the mind, a thought form. If you see me, I am the object of your thought. Not the object of thought includes also the depth and what is behind the whole picture. That is why it is called vritti. It is not just the object alone. So you recognize same person sitting there. And that means the frame is changing. The thought frame is changing. Like in a motion picture. So if the person is sitting there and without any movement, and the motion picture is moving to point out, and then if it is projected, you see the person sitting there. But the pictures are so many. In animations, suppose the frames are not as many, I will be sitting there in doing meditation. Then how it will be? Kuch na kuch hoga. And therefore, because sitting, I will be jumping. And therefore, sitting, one frame, then again another frame, in between there is no continuity, there is no flow. It should be smooth. To be smooth, there should be no gap. And that's the flow. It's like Indian music. So it's a continuous flow. Motion especially. So even though picture is still, the object is still, the thought frames are many. In motion, it becomes very clear. See here? So many thought frames. Rama goes to the forest. There was one animation. Namai Martinala. So this animation. And the frames are not adequate. Say they made it, they wanted to release this CD-ROM. Is there about Rama? CD-ROM. Okay? Then first they showed the whole thing. Thank God, they showed it. Then afterwards I was to release this. Rama goes to the forest. And he goes with the bow and arrow and he walks. Hanuman flies. He flies with the hill in his hand. And he flies. And then I have to release this. And I have to say some good words. I can't say that this is useless. Sometimes we get into this kind of situations. So we talk about Rama and his glory and everything and then come out. So quietly. So, this is the first attempt he's doing and the next time it will be better. So you say what is to be said also in a certain way. This kind of problems we don't have. Beautiful. No sound. If I clap, there is sound. That also heard. The ears are waiting. They are waiting. It's not that they waited for some time and then they went to sleep. Then nothing is there, no, I have no job for me and therefore I kept going. So this is it's ready. One sneeze is enough. Therefore, manaha pashyed ekadha manaha chitta vrittayaha mano vrittayaha dhi vrittayaha. Every condition of the mind which is momentary is called vritti. These vrittis undergo constant change. Drishyaha dhrivrittayaha dhivrittayaha buddhivrittayaha manovrittayaha. The thought forms in the mind, they are also objectified by you. They undergo change. Even the ahankara undergoes change. Now I am the seer, I am the hearer. This I, centered on I, the ahankara also undergoes change. For the time being a satisfied ego, then there is a dissatisfied ego, ahankara. All these undergo changes. Why? Because they are drishyaha. Hrihi, bihi, dihi, ityevamadin. Sankalpa, vikalpa, vichikitsa. A particular decision, we will go. No, should we go? Vikalpa, I think we should go. Sankalpa, I think we should think. This is called Sankalpa Vikalpa. Doubt, Vichikitsa, about a topic. Even this can be taken as doubt. Sankalpa Vikalpa. Hrihi, shyness. Bihi, fear. And every other emotion. All of them are dhivrittayaha. Then dihi, cognition, inquiry, vicharaha, recollection, smriti, paramarsha, recollection, smriti, memory. You bring it to the mental screen, what is there in the bank, memory bank, then it is called paramarsha, smaranam, recalling. So all these are dhivrittayaha. These are all changing. They are meant to change. Thank God they change. And the Sakshi, ekaha. Now you understand. Nana vidani rupani pasyed lochanam ekada. Eyes remaining the same, forms are many and varied. Mind remaining the same, the conditions of the eyes and ears, they are many and varied. And the mind also undergoes change all the time. In the wake of new perception, the vritti is recognized by the ahankara also undergoes change. All these changes come to light because of which being of consciousness. So instead of saying conscious being, I say the being of consciousness, being consciousness with reference to the mind called Sakshi. Drik eva natu drishyate. This Sakshi, witness alone, natu drishyate. It is drashta. It is a permanent seer. Then, this moment, so many changes, this momentary change is there, this change, Sakshi. Again later, Sakshi. Sakshi remains the same, unaffected, untouched. Sakshi is the same. Again changes, Sakshi is the same. You dream, Sakshi is the same. You sleep, Sakshi is the same. So conditions, states of experience, all of them are varied. Sakshi is the same. Now the question is here, is there a second Sakshi? Is there a second Sakshi? Swamiji, there are many Sakshis. You are a Sakshi, I am a Sakshi, everybody is a Sakshi. Even a mosquito is a Sakshi. There are many Sakshis. Little more, if we look into that, when you use the word Sakshi, the meaning is Sakshad Ikshate, without activity. Like the sun is there, its nature is light, it lights up. Sun at least has implosions and the light travels and all that we can say. Here, no travel, nothing. Sakshi is consciousness being, consciousness is. With reference to the mind, it is called Sakshi. Sakshad ikshate. Aparokṣād ikshate. Ikshate means it witnesses without any effort. Sakshi alupta drik. It is a drik. It is a seer natu drishyate. It is never seen. Doesn't need to be seen. That we have to say immediately. If I don't say that, it becomes modern Vedanta. That is the difference. It cannot be seen. The next sentence is what? It doesn't need that. Your sight is not needed to know its existence. It is self-revealing and reveals everything. That sentence they won't give. Therefore it becomes modern Vedanta. Modern Vedanta means some problem it has got. There is no modern Vedanta, there is only Vedanta. Problem Vedanta. Not even problem Vedanta, ununderstood Vedanta. But taught. Every one of them thinks that it is going to happen. The teacher also thinks one day it will happen. So, Atma is an event. This consciousness is an event. You must realize the consciousness. They ask me all these questions. How do I know? I know some other means also. I read these books and all that sometimes here and there. So come and ask questions also. Swamiji, this is a very interesting question. Swamiji, how to realize consciousness? Even among here there may be one or two. So, same question. Yeah, it's not that not here. In fact, so they have come here to realize consciousness, in fact. So how to realize the consciousness? Realize the mistake. Consciousness is self-revealing. Sakshat ikshate. So once Atma is Sakshi, then everything else has to be said as Sakshyam. If this is witness, everything else is object of consciousness witnessed. Object of witness. Sakshyam, just an expression. Sakshi, object of consciousness. Sakshi is consciousness, object of consciousness. Okay. Then, how many Sakshis are there now? We have come to know there are many objects of consciousness. Our solar system is object of consciousness. On our planet, everything that is there, all the botany members, botanical entities, all of them, objects of consciousness. And that all the insects, objects of consciousness, all birds, objects of consciousness, all amphibian, frog onwards, objects of consciousness, all Jarayuja, Andaja, we have got all these names, all objects of consciousness. Correct? All are objects of consciousness. Galaxies, objects of consciousness. Micro objects, like electron and so on, objects of consciousness. Wonderful. Then, all of them Sakshyam. Swamiji, I am a Sakshi and you are a Sakshi. I am a Sakshi and you are a Sakshi. Correct? You see me, I see you. Are there not many Sakshis? We all see each other. If you go in a trail, walking, and there is right on your trail standing there is a bear. Suddenly you turned and you find the bear is standing. It's not big distance. And he stands there, he looks at you. He is Sakshi. You are looking at the bear, you are a Sakshi. Two Sakshis, you recognize that Sakshi. And you are a Sakshi, recognizing that Sakshi. There are two Sakshis. Yes? What is it you're talking about? We have Sakshi, that's why we get married. We have got two Sakshis. What's the big deal? So, one Sakshi, the other Sakshi, you look into the eyes and things like that. So, this is all, we are Sakshis. Two Sakshis. Now, the problem is, I say, there is only one Sakshi. This Sakshi, Atma Ekaha. And the Sakshya, the object that is witnessed, they are many. There is only one Sakshi. What about what I pointed out? So you see, you are seeing me. Now you are seeing what? Please tell me. Whatever you recognize, you witness, is object of witness. What do you witness? My hand you witness. Swami you witness. Swami means what? Whatever you see. Words you hear, that is also object of witness. Do you know another thing? Whatever you witness, I also witness. You see my hand moving, I see my hand moving. Not only I see my hand moving, I see even my intention of moving the hand. I see, all the way I see. I see, you see. We both witness the same thing. And you see your thought. I infer your thought by your cheshta. Then also object. Even if I don't figure out your thought, you see directly your thought. It is witnessed. It is not sakshi. Do I witness another witness? No. If I see another witness, it is witnessed. It is object. Period. What is the definition of object? Anything you objectify is object. O capital. O capital. Object. Any concept, any object, tangible, intangible, everything is object of consciousness. This includes even ignorance, ajñānamapi, sakshi vedya. And therefore, object of sakshi, everything is object of sakshi. Time object of sakshi, space object of sakshi. And therefore, all these 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. You take vijati, sajati, the same group, members of the same group, sajati, 1, 2, 3, trees if you take, and there are trees and trees. Then again you can divide. Oak trees if you take, there are many oak trees. Then again there are differences. This is a real old oak. As old as oak alone can be. So like this you have sajati, members in the same group, members of different group. In a given member there are many branches in a tree if you take, many branches, many leaves. This is all what we call duality. If you take as object, all of them are objects of your knowledge, consciousness, they are all objects of Sakshi. There is no second Sakshi. There is no second I also. This is one simple thing I say. You knock at the door. Knock at the door. And from inside, the voice comes and asks you, who is that? It's me. Because for this person, he is self-evident. He thinks the whole world, he will recognize him. Because he is self-evident. Me. Doesn't want to say anything more than that. Me. Who is me? Me! मालूम हो गया नहीं आ गया. Still you won't say. Not necessary, he thinks. There's only one me. When someone said, Swamiji, I am very selfish. Why do you say, I don't include in my life anybody else except 3 people? And I say, at least 3 people you have got. You think of these 3 people. Who are those 3? I, me, myself. So I, me, myself. These are the 3 people I know. There is only one I. If you use the pronoun he, there are many members to fit in. She, there are many members to fit in. It, there are many objects. You, oh, so many yous. I, even though in English we have got we, in Sanskrit also we have got aham, Sanskrit dual also. Aham, I, avam, we 2, vayam, we 3 or more. Aham, avam, vayam. You start your life single, then you become avam, then vayam. We have children and all that, family. The language tells us that I has plural. Sanskrit, English, all languages. I also has got plural. It's also, but honestly speaking, you can't use the word I elsewhere in this universe. Correct? Where will you use? Elsewhere in the universe, you go to angels. So, all these angels, after death you see them. All these angels, come on, welcome you. They all welcome you. Then what? Can you call any one of them I? I? Please come. What will the angel think? You don't belong to us. Devas, You cannot say anybody except Ishvara. You can call Ishvara as myself, aham. Ishvara also says aham asmi. You can also say, that is a long way to go, forget about it. Now there is nobody. You cannot use the word I anywhere else. Only one I. Then what does it mean? What does it imply? The implications are our problem. What does it imply? That implies everything else is unlike I. There is only one I. When there is only one ekaha I, how can you develop complex? What that has got to do with that? Because complex is by comparison. Suppose on this planet you are the only one available. Whole planet you walk and walk and walk. There is nobody. Frogs are there. You can't develop jealousy. You can't develop complex. This frog is amphibian. I also want to be an amphibian. You can also go into water and come out. Is there a complex? No. The complex is born only comparing yourself with the likes. The likes. And the likes are I. I am the only one I, ekaha. Everything else is unlike I. So between the like and unlike, there is no comparison. There is no complex possibility. It looks very simple. It is all the way. It's absolute. It's absolute. You cannot compare yourself with the unlike. Suppose a fellow is a classical musician, the Western musician, and he spent so many years studying this music, and then he has a concert. How many people are there? Some old people have got some value. They are there. Not many. You can count. Then there is one rock musician comes. People go and sit there for ticket. The previous night, I have seen somewhere, they are sitting there 2 days before they sit. We don't know who that fellow is. He's a who. There's a stampede. In Chicago, there was a stampede. People go and sit there 2 days before. Who is that fellow? I don't know. So much. This classical musician goes there, then sees this audience, and he will feel naturally jealous. Feel sad. That's okay. People go there with music, it's okay. But some percentage, if they come to him, then at least he knows that there are people to appreciate real music. He is very sad. You cannot sit by the side of a rock and develop a complex. Oh rock, you are at peace with yourself. Comes sun, comes rain, you don't care. You are always at home with yourself. I am jealous of you. You don't develop anything. Nor in a riverbed there are many stones rolling there. And you don't compare yourself. Oh, rolling stones. You don't gather moss. You don't gather moss. You don't develop jealousy. But now, oh, rolling stones. You gather masses. The whole Jagat is unlike you. You are the only one like yourself. It's not poetry. It happens to be true. All poetry comes from a certain, the certain rays of this fact. This is the truth. We'll see when we come back. Om Purnamadaḥ Purnamidam Purnāt Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om